and welcome to Man on FM with me, Dan. Today's little experiment is going to be a fun one because, as you can see behind me, Man United have no players. They have literally no players. They have Erik Ten Hag as the manager, but zero players. I have got rid of the likes of Harry Maguire. Pogba's left on the free, obviously. Rashford's gone. De Gea's gone. They've all gone. Erik Ten Hag is going to completely rebuild Manchester United. I'm going to give him £1 billion. And just to prove it, I'm going to show you on the editor. Under finances, you can see right here, they've got £1 billion. It's going to be a complete rebuild. And I want to see who he signs, where they play, and how well they do at the end of this season. And I don't think one season will be enough for this experiment, so I'm going to give Erik Ten Hag 3 seasons. He might be sacked during this process, but this is what has to happen. They have literally no players. So will they give him time to settle a squad? Who knows? But we're going to find out right now as I skip. I'm going to skip till January just to see if this actually works, if they actually spend some money. So I'll catch you in a second. So here we are in February the 3rd. I thought I might as well make it to the end of the January transfer window just so we know that they've bought enough players and to see who they've signed in those 2 transfer windows. And it's not looking good considering the manager is Nick Cox. So I'm assuming Erik Ten Hag has already been sacked. Let me just quickly check how long he lasted. So yeah, he was sacked after 160 days. They didn't give him enough time to build a squad. He didn't even get a season to see how well he could do with a team. But let's see how much they've spent. So they spent £1 billion and £3 million. It says they've sold 25 million, but that's from the start of the game. They would have already been gone anyway. But yeah, they've spent £1 billion in the 2 transfer windows, and these are the signings they've made. Please feel free to pause and have a look at this, but I'm going to show you the tactics and the formation they're playing currently anyway. So here is the team, the 25-man squad team, maybe even a little bit more, and this is how they're playing them. Some great players in this team like Kessie, Basuma, Nabri or Nabri. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butcher the English language. I'm English. We just don't know how to pronounce stuff. We're terrible at foreign names. So yeah, this is how they're playing. This is who they've got in their team. So let's see how they're doing so far in the Premier League. It says here they're 7th. Let's check it out. So yeah, Man United are 7th after 24 games. Well, they're joint 6th technically with a game in hand with 36 points. So far, they've got 10 wins, 6 draws, and 8 losses. Who is their top goal scorer? Let's have a look. So Nabri is the top goal scorer with 10 goals so far. And Mina not far behind with 9, doing solidly so far this season. They are currently in the 4th round of the FA Cup against Blackpool. And in the Carabao Cup 4th round, they were eliminated by Huddersfield, 1-0. Let's just have a quick look at this match. And how did it all go wrong? Fraser Campbell got the winner in the 72nd minute. How did Man United play? So that's a weird formation for them to play. And some of the players played quite well as well. Dodo got an 8 rating. But it just wasn't enough. They did really well. They had 21 shots, 7 on target. 89% pass complete. 58% possession, but they just lost. Huddersfield just got that one chance and scored it against them. That's unfortunate. So I think it's got to a point now we have to go to the end of the season. It's going to be really interesting where they end up in the league and who is going to be their new manager. There's only one way to find out, and I'll catch you in a second, guys. We are at the end of the season, and this is the biggest news story to come out of this season. Diego Simeone has taken the role of manager for Manchester United. Atletico Madrid will need a new manager, and it says here they will be paid £20 million in compensation for Simeone. That's insane. And what is just revealed to me right now is Man United finished 7th place. So let's check it out, shall we? So here we are in the table. Manchester United did end up 7th place. They are in the Conference Cup. After 38 games, they won 17 games, drawn 9 and lost 12. They ended with 60 points and joint 6th with Newcastle technically. And Newcastle had a great season, it seems. And what does surprise me is how low the points are this season. And Liverpool became the winners with only 76 points. We're so used to seeing Manchester City and Liverpool hitting over 90 points. 76 seems really low. It must have been really competitive. I wonder where the United players went. They probably did. A couple of them probably did go to other clubs in the Premier League. So just to show you again, this is the squad that Manchester United came 7th or 6th with. So we got players like Kessie here. He moved to United for 37 million. He played 31 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 2 Player of the Match awards with 7.24 rating. That's pretty good. Basuma coming from Brighton for 58 million. He played 29 games, 1 goal, 3 assists and a 7.12 rating. That's not too bad either. After a lot of games this season, Gnabry has got 16 goals and 6 assists with a 7.12. He was their top goal scorer this season, instead of Ronaldo in real life. I just wanted to check how they did in the Champions League. They were 3rd in the group stage of the Champions League, so that means they must have gone to the Europa League. Let's have a look how they did there. So they lost in the semi-final on penalties. In the FA Cup, they lost in the semi-final to Liverpool. That's unfortunate. And in the Carabao Cup, we already know they lost to Huddersfield, which is a big shock. So no trophies this season, again for Manchester United, just like in real life. That's not a dig at all, but I didn't see it actually happening. I'd be very surprised if they won a trophy. Now they've got Simeone as their manager. They've spent £1 billion. Can they gel as a team? Can they improve what they've built so far? Let's find out. I want to do another season. I'm going to skip now to probably the end of the February transfer window. So another 2 transfer windows for Manchester United. See how Simeone does with this team as well. I will catch you in a second. So I messed up. I went on holiday and I didn't set the time properly, and now it went way past the New Year transfer window, and so I thought I might as well just go to the end of the season at this point. So here we are at the end of the second season, and Simeone's still in a job, which is great news. They gave him time. They gave him at least a season to build a team, and they came 4th, so they did better than last season. Let's check out the Premier League, shall we? So Manchester United came 4th. They're now in the Europa League. Wait, how does that work? That doesn't make sense. How does that work? They should be in Champions League. I don't understand why they're in Europa on 4th. But anyway, in the Premier League, this season they won 21 games. They drew 10, lost 7, but got 73 points. They're definitely 4th. I don't know. Well, I'll find out why that says Europa League and not Champions League. The transfers for this season, Manchester United have spent 88 million this time and sold 40 million pounds worth of player. Or it was one player actually, it was Dodo. Dodo has gone to Barcelona for 40.5 million, but they spent 88 million on some interesting signings. Especially because one of them is Christian Eriksen, who has recently just joined Manchester United on a free in real life. And then other signings here. Let's see how they look in the tactics. So Diego Simeone has changed the formation for his team. They look very defensive here. They've got a back 6, near enough. No, they got a back 5. They're playing 3 centre-backs now, with 2 wing-backs, a DM, 2 midfielders, an attacking mid, and a sole striker, with Gnabry up front. And this season in the competitions, unfortunately for Manchester United, they lost in the final of the Conference Cup to Roma on penalties. However, in the FA Cup, they beat Liverpool this time in the final and won the cup. Oh, that's amazing. That's great news for them. And in the Carabao Cup, they lost to West Ham in the quarter-final on penalties. That's a big improvement on Huddersfield last season in the fourth round. Christian Eriksen, the new signing of this season, did really well this season. He played a lot of games and he scored 13 goals with 15 assists. I think Manchester United fans will hope that he does similar numbers in real life. He also got a 7.29 rating, which is really good. To answer the question about the Premier League table, why Man United win in the Champions League, it's because the final hasn't happened yet. And the Champions League final is between Chelsea and Man City this time. And it kicks off right on this date. So I'm going to quickly skip and find out what happens. So there we have it. Man City won the Champions League, so that doesn't affect the table whatsoever. Man United are in the Champions League for the third season. And I want to know how well they do that time as well. I'm going to skip again to the end of the third season now to have one final season on this experiment. I will catch you in a second. A quick look now at the end of the third season. Manchester United came fourth yet again. They keep getting the top fourth spot. I was hoping they'd do better this time, but no. They were on 73 points with 22 wins, 7 draws and 9 losses. They just couldn't improve on fourth for this experiment. One thing I did notice here, it says Marco Rose is the manager. So that means Simeone got sacked at some point this season. Let's find out when. He was sacked at the 11th of November of last year. He was there for 1 year and 166 days and he came out with 2 cups, the Community Shield and the FA Cup. The transfers of this season, they've spent another 120 million and their biggest signing was Frimpong from Bayern Leverkusen for 56 million. And here you see the other signings. And on this side, I'm kind of covering it with my head. They've sold £48 million worth of players right behind me. And competitions this season, they lost to Bayern Munich in the first knockout stage of the Champions League. They lost to Reading in the fourth round of the FA Cup this season. They lost to Leeds in the Carabao Cup quarter-final on penalties. They can just not get past quarter-finals on penalties by the looks of it. So it's been a tough season for Manchester United, and again, another season where they've had to change formation because of another manager. And this is how they are playing them. I just noticed something, and I apologise. I just noticed that when I said Frimpong was the most expensive transfer of this season, it wasn't. At the end of last season, they already agreed some transfers. They spent 200 million more on players. Let me just quickly show you. So here they got Diogo Costa and Vinicius Jr. for 200 million odd. So they should have, no wonder Simeone got sacked. They should have done a lot better than fourth this season with those 2 players. And just to show you how well they did, they played 37 games, 16 goals, 3 assists and 2 Player of the Match awards with 7.14. And Costa played 38 games, conceding 39, 15 clean sheets with 3 Player of the Match awards with a 7.11. So not a great time this season for Manchester United. I'm not going to go any further with this experiment. After 3 seasons, they did win 2 trophies, which was impressive. But the highest they could get in the league was 4th. They started with no players, and now they've got a full squad after spending millions. Or in fact, $1 billion, over $1 billion. I hope you enjoyed this experiment. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you at the next one.